Shanti, what are the steps to find inner peace?
Yes. For inner peace, all we need is to quiet the mind. Really, we cannot find peace using the mind. On the spiritual path, everyone is looking for some kind of happiness, some kind of pleasure, some kind of spiritual powers, some kind of Kundalini awakening. All the purpose is to find pleasure, to find happiness. Everyone wants to extend life, to live longer. What for? Only to enjoy life. We cannot enjoy the life with the mind. Mind is the cause of problem. Though it gives pleasure in the beginning, at the end we find pain. So all the spiritual paths focus on dissolving the mind. It looks very controversial that you want to find peace. You dissolve the mind, you kill the ego. Nobody wants that, but in reality, this is reality. Let's look at the path of Buddha. He calls nirvana. Nirvana means extinction of your personality. Vedanta calls Brahman, expand your consciousness so you become one with everyone, so you lose your personal identity. If you practice Gnana Yoga, you become a witness with choiceless awareness, so you don't participate in whatever is happening. You just observe. You are not part of it. If you look at Bhakti Yoga, you surrender to God, so all your mind, senses and body are surrendered to God. You have no role to play. If you do selfless service or Karma Yoga, you serve others and lose yourself in it. If you try to practice Raja Yoga and attain Samadhi, Samadhi means total absorption of mind. If we look at Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, he says to gain renunciation or vairagya. And the way he describes vairagya is drushta anushravika vishaya vistrushnasya parityaga. But he's saying, give up the pleasure of what you have seen, what you have heard, and what you have experienced. So everything is about giving up. Vairagya means renunciation. That means everything we are enjoying, the memory of the past, or regrets of the past, or fantasy of the future, or worries of the future, all this you give up. That means giving up our ego. We have to really let go of fear of death. We have to die psychological death. This is when we get bliss. Now, Patanjali says the renunciation or vairagya of superkind comes when one experiences bliss and rises above all the three qualities of Prakriti. That means satu param društva guna vaistrushnyam. That means by experiencing one gets rid of all the craving. So really everything it deals with slowing down the mind or dissolving the mind. And everything we see in the world, even spiritual people talk about how to get more joy, more pleasure, or pleasure in the heaven. Even if you have desire for heaven, you are using your mind. It means dissolve the mind totally. It looks very difficult, but when you understand this analogy, like on a television screen, you can see the movies, pleasurable movies, painful movies, violent movie, social movie, whatever you watch, you are watching the movie. But the screen of TV is totally uninvolved. So experience of bliss is being totally uninvolved. That means all the movies which are projected are same like Maya's projection on Supreme Consciousness. So this requires being still, removing all the desires, all the expectation. And this is very difficult because we are programmed all through the life and life after lifetime in attaining something, and we never think about going in the direction. So really psychological death. That means rising above the mind. When mind dissolves, it goes into consciousness, and consciousness merges into Supreme Consciousness, where there is no birth, no death, no pleasure, no pain, no gain, or no loss. This is the state of absolute peace. Spiritual masters don't explain that way because people want to gain something. This is why crowds of people follow all spiritual masters, because they want to gain instant reward. They want to go to heaven. They want to gain pleasures. So really giving up even deepest desires. And this is due to sanskaras. So in deep samadhi, one burns up all sanskaras. One lets go of all the subtle desires. Then you attain nirvana. Then you attain samadhi. Then you experience a bliss. But how can you compare? There is no comparison. Pleasure, happiness can never be compared with bliss. Bliss is, there is nothingness, but at the same time there is everything. For example, somebody gets high on the drugs. He is in blissful state. The reason? He expands his consciousness. So the expansion of consciousness would be most blissful compared to any drug experience. This is what bliss is about. To let go of all the fears of death. To be here and now. Be content. Be prepared. And live one moment at a time, because there is no birth, there is no death, there is no pleasure, no pain, there is no reality except just being.